We're here today in Bimini, Bahamas, attending a Bahamas Financial Action Task Force. But what happens is the Bahamas Government, along with Bahamas Financial Services Board and also AIBT, the Association of International Banks and Trusts, are the ones that really market the Bahamas as the clear choice for persons to invest in and domicile their assets and or themselves. So we work together and collaborating with production of laws, policies, promotions, advertising, to make sure the world is fully aware of the current developments in the Bahamas. Events like this, for instance, as you can see behind me, we have speakers that have come in from outside the Bahamas, and we have practitioners, the government, the Deputy Prime Minister will be joining us, the Minister responsible for legal affairs, because we have a very tight collaboration between the government, the private sector, and also our external partners to make sure we develop the Bahamas as a cutting-edge jurisdiction. On the financial side, we are a largely compliant jurisdiction. In the last several months, with the whole issue of the EU and the OECD, the government is fully committed to making sure our rules, our regulations, and our laws fully comply with international standards with regard to asset management and reporting and recording. So on that issue, we're a very good destination in terms of compliance and regulation with regard to the international community. Apart from the financial services, as we have a very developed medical system. We have a very developed infrastructure for second homes, a wonderful climate, obviously, and close proximity, whether it's the United States, Canada, or Europe, so that persons who want to visit their families or come and stay here for the winter, it's an ideal location. We've seen obviously the beginning of the year. We've had a number of the issues with regard to the EU and the OECD. We've worked our way through. We're introducing and have introduced the whole question of profit sharing, base erosion profit sharing, the common reporting standard. And we're about ready to go into the whole question of beneficial ownership of assets required by the OECD and the EU. So we're rolling all of that out. We have a timeline between now and sort of July to get that done. We're on track, and we look forward to a very bright 2019. We were actually very good with regard to the infrastructure in terms of internet, electricity, that sort of infrastructure. We're actually seeing quite a number of businesses relocate here, some from the Caribbean, some from other jurisdictions, because small or medium-sized family offices and other international offices find it's very easy. It's 2 minutes to work. You go to work on a golf cart rather than having to spend an hour coming into work in some countries in the snow and the rain. So from that point of view, communications are great, facilities are great, living facilities, schools for their children. So all of those provide a very good atmosphere for persons to move to the Bahamas. Financial services in the Bahamas as an industry is the second largest industry in the Bahamas. It's approximately 20% of our GDP. Follows after tourism as I said, our second industry, and it's also responsible for a large employment in the middle class of Bahamians. Tourism, of course, is the largest employer and the largest earner of revenue for the country. As an industry, the government is fully committed to financial services because it does provide employment, as I said, for a number of persons. But we're also ideally situated in this part of the world, outside of the jurisdiction of the United States, with direct flights to Europe, direct flights to Panama, also to Canada, and of course pre-clearance to the United States, which makes us a very unique destination and very useful for persons who want to reorganize their permanent residency, their tax structure, and their legal implications regarding inheritance and wills.